warm, leatherette. See the breaking glass in the underpass. See the breaking glass in the underpass. Warm, leatherette. Warm, leatherette. Warm, leatherette. Warm, leatherette. Hear the crushing steel, feel the steering wheel. Hear the crushing steel, feel the steering wheel. Warm, leatherette. 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 Warm leatherette melts on your burning flesh. You can see your reflection in the luminescent dash. Warm, leatherette. Warm, leatherette. Warm, leatherette. Warm, leatherette. A tear of petrol is in your eye. The handbrake penetrates your thigh. Quick, let's make love before you die. On warm, leatherette. On warm, leatherette. Warm, leatherette. Warm, leatherette. Warm, leatherette. Warm, leatherette. Warm, leatherette. Join the car crash set.
Under 17 not admitted without parents or guardian. Under 17 not admitted without parents or guardian. Under 17 not admitted without parents or guardian.
Good evening, fans of fantastic films. Welcome once again to the Drive-In Asylum double feature. I'm Bill Van Ryn, and there's my co-host, Sam Panico. Hello.
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 Hello. How's everybody doing out there? Hope your Saturday is going well. The weather seems nicer. It doesn't seem as brutal as it's been, at least for a couple days. And a perfect night for the drive-in.
Everyone's
Asylum
out
double
there
feature.
melting on their warm leatherette. I was really pleased that so many people responded to that in the chat.
Yeah.
That's a weird song.
Yeah. We got two weird movies tonight. These are challenging movies tonight. This is a warning to you guys. Uh, Also, like the first movies, so kind of sort of still a lost movie, even though we're going to watch it. How can a movie be lost and still be on Tubi? Hang out.
It's not really lost. That's the really infuriating thing. And I have so much to tell you about Corpse Eaters
Yeah.
tonight. I mean, as far as my pursuit of corpse eaters, you guys are familiar with Lunch Meat. You know who
Mhm.
Lunch Meat is. They do a magazine. I don't know if it's a magazine or technically a fanzine.
It's in
Anyway,
between. Yeah.
yeah, it looks totally legit. So it's not like Drive-In Asylum. It's just like Xeroxed and stapled. But there was they do limited edition VHS releases of films on tape, and they did Corpse Eaters, and that there was one release of this on home media. I think it was 2007 or something like that, or 2000, earlier in the 2000s. A label called Encore put it out.
Yeah.
So you'll notice the version that we watched tonight is going to have an Encore watermark down in the corner, and it seems to have been like this movie was probably 4:3, and it seems to be even further cropped, the image. So it's very challenging to watch this, and I've been dying to see at least not like a pristine fixed up version, but something that was transferred from an original 35 millimeter print, which there are two that still survive. uh, the producer, Lawrence Zazelenchuk. I'm not sure if I'm
Hmm.
saying his Zazelenchuk, um, Canadian guy from Sudbury, and I think he has a print of it, and one's in a library in Indiana.
Yeah. The
Could you
Kinsey
imagine?
Institute. Yeah.
So they are out there, and Lunch Meat apparently was able to strike a deal where they could release one of these 35 millimeter versions.
Hmm.
And it, of course, the number of VHS tapes that were in this limited run, 12.
You got one of these 12?
No, I don't
Oh.
have it. That
Uh,
was I didn't even know it existed until today. I was poking
mm.
around looking for stuff to talk about for Corpse Eaters, and boom, there it was. I'm like, oh, 10 years too late. This was like in 2015. And
Wow.
you know, so it was out there. There's 12 copies out there, and one of them is in a limited edition corpse blue shell, I might add. The VHS shell. Uh, wow. So unfortunately, we don't have one of those versions for you to watch tonight. It's just that shitty Encore version. So, it is on Internet Archive, and I've linked to it on the Groovy Doom Facebook page. You can go get the link right there, because it's kind of hard to dig up on your own. I was kind of proud of myself because I did it.
Yeah. I am. I'm excited.
So, yeah, go watch the one on Internet Archive. Have it ready to go at the end of this segment when we start the film. And what do you
Yeah.
think of this movie, Sam? I mean, this is a
I have not
difficult one to
seen it.
love, isn't it?
I have
Oh,
not seen it, so I was going to watch it this week, and I held off because I wanted to watch it for the first time on the show, especially after reading that the creator of the film worked as a miner in his teen years and then bought a drive-in with that money and was making movies for his drive-in, such as Attack of the Brain Demons, Revenge of the Mummy, and Jamie in the early '60s. This is exciting to own your own drive-in, be making movies for it, and then this is what you make. I did watch the trailer that you made for it, last weekend, and I've been watching some stuff online, and I got so excited by the few moments that I saw it. I was like, you know what? I got to hold off. I got to just save it for the show. It'll get me through. This was a rough week of work. It got me through it. So I'm like, I can't wait to watch it.
Well,
Versus the second movie, I have way too much to talk about. The second movie.
I like the second movie.
Oh,
I don't
it's
know if
beautiful.
I ever resisted using it on the show before, but if I did, I regret it. I think we just couldn't find it online or something.
Yeah. And now the Severn one's on Tubi, and it looks really good. And the difference between the VHS release and the Severn release is like two different movies. Not to say that the old one, that's how I first saw it, is without its charms. You get to see a little less of the effects might look better the less clean they are. I was just talking to someone about that today, that fifth generation dubs really make you more forgiving of the special effects of a movie.
That's true. It's if you can't see it, you don't know if it looks bad or not.
The example I always give is like Manos, the Hands of Fate. Like I always had this feeling that it was like trapped in this netherworld, and you couldn't. And then when the cleaned up one happened, you can see the lights of the city in the background. I'm like, oh, well, it's just like in, it's in a regular world. And I don't like. I like the old way that I saw it, where it's like, what the fuck is happening in this world? I have a rant, by the way. I just saw the scene from Inferno that came up in the bottom here, and there's people that complain about that scene and say that those effects aren't good. They need to let it go. That's my favorite part
effects?
of Inferno. The skeleton breaking through. They're like, oh, that looks cheesy. I'm like, no, you don't get to say that.
I mean, it kind of does, but what does that matter? I mean, I think
let's say charming versus cheesy. That's what I want. Let's change our vernacular.
I don't know. I was not terrified of Inferno, but it was stunning. It wasn't even really scary. It was just like absolutely stunning. The weird shit that starts happening, like, the house between the floors, another part of the house, I should have say. Access under the floor.
A dude that runs across water to kill somebody that's drowning cats.
I did not understand that part at all. I still don't.
I've watched Inferno hundreds of times. There's big chunks of it where I have no idea what's happening. It's just like it's a good trip. Hey, thank you, Michael Yacarino, for sponsoring tonight. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Super nice guy, sponsors the show every once in a while. I'm not even sure if he watches.
Really?
Well, he's a big fan of the magazine. So I don't know. He sent me a couple. He knows that we do this show, so obviously, and he probably watches it later. I don't think he hangs out in the chat.
Well, however he watches it, even if he doesn't watch it and he's giving money, still cool. Yeah. Thank you.
That's fine too.
Yeah. I wanted to say tonight in Lawrence, Kansas, a movie is premiering tonight that I did the intro for, Song of the Sword, a movie made in 1985 and only shown once in Lawrence, Kansas. And it's been rediscovered and a new 2K cleanup with AI. It's a little bit shorter than the original. The effects are cleaned up. The sound design is definitely cleaned up. And it's playing, they asked me to record the intro. So I did that this week, and I am super excited about it. This is another, but that are like sword and sorcery movies, because it was easy to do. It's easy to do a slasher for your shot on video. Making a Conan type movie shot on video is an undertaking, especially doing special effects and magic and all that stuff. So cool. Hey, and there's Brett in the chat. Hey, Brett, thanks. He has a different perspective on the show now
because he sat right where I am.
Yeah,
on the other side of the couch, but still. Hey, Brett, nice to see you. I miss you already, dude. And we were only here for like 2 days.
Yeah, we wish you lived closer. Yeah, supposedly David Argento was sick. He had back problems from Inferno, and Mario Bava did direct a ton of scenes. He definitely did a lot of the effects too. Like this story feels apocryphal, but feels like it could be true that when they got back to Italy, they hated all the skyline shots they had of New York because they didn't look like the New York that they knew for movies. So Baba took photos in a milk carton and got them and did them and filmed it. And it was like, wow, that's the New York that we wanted. That really feels like a BS story, but I want it to be true. It feels like an IMDb trivia story. So, yeah, that's okay.
By the way, hello to David in South Florida. I'm not sure who that is. I can't see the icon very well, but he says he's sick at home
Yeah.
in bed, watching from bed with COVID. So get well soon,
Oh,
please.
yeah, get well. Drink lots of fluids and get it out of your system.
Yeah.
I've luckily not had it again since Becca went to Salt Lake City and got to go to Halloween, and I sat
Yeah.
at home. So
I think I had it twice, but I think the first time it was like a mild version of it, and I didn't even realize that I had it. And then later I got a really bad one. So I hope it never happens again.
I've been doing a couple film festivals, and all of the movies this year have been like reaction to COVID movies, and like the year or two after was like what do you call people making their Zoom movies. And then like now it's like kind of like, well, what if like let's look back at it. So that's what the movies now are. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to look back at the pandemic. I'm cool. Like we can move on and do some different stuff.
Well, that's the whole reason that we do this show, is because we started doing it during the pandemic.
Yeah, we did when we couldn't leave. And
it's one good thing to come out of it.
It is.
We're still going strong. This is our 6th year.
Wow, this is what, episode 220 or 2 something?
Only 220, I think.
Yeah. Might be. I joked on social media, this might be the last one with these 2 movies. But no, these movies are joyous to me. I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about Corpse Eaters, though, especially like under an hour running time. Wild. And
well, that's because so much of it is missing.
Yeah,
it was longer, and some of the missing footage was gore that was removed to get an R rating.
Oh wow!
So that the version that we know via Encore Video is incomplete, and not only the missing gore, there was other stuff that was in it too.
My favorite thing in the Wikipedia entry is that Zazel's ideal star for this movie was John Carradine. That's a man after my own heart. Mm-hmm. He's like, wow, we can't afford John Carradine. John Carradine somewhere, whenever he was like, boy, I wish I could get John Carradine. It like hit him in the back of the neck, and he was like, oh my boy, I feel like I should be in a movie somewhere. And
I'll be in your movie, but I'm not going to eat any corpses. Turn down the sound for a minute or two. Haunted Hollywood will be right back.
He was probably like $36,000 is right in my wheelhouse. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you think I cost more than that.
What was that screaming?
That was Reggie screaming. I have no idea what it was. I assume he's okay. I heard something fall and I heard him screaming. So I think so far so good. Elvis is here. I don't know where Lola is. Lola may have hit him. Who knows? She got him one day last week really good because he wouldn't stop screwing around.
Oh, no. I bet. Yeah. She's had enough.
It doesn't take much. She literally will put a paw up and hold it like this and like put it in his face, and he'll keep licking her, and then she'll just, and then.
I don't think I even saw her other than one time when I was at your house.
Yeah, she used to live in the old house. She lived in the, up in the ceiling. Like she wouldn't come out of the ceiling of the basement because she didn't want to come around anyone. And now, like, she'll actually come and hang out with me, but it's still a rare occasion. This morning, usually in the morning,
appearance to see who was there, to see what was going on, and then she hit again.
Yeah, she's really a surly young teenager. She's 13. She's like, yeah, I don't need anybody. She's the most quiet cat. Like she just doesn't want anything to do with anything. Reggie, on the other hand, can't wait for you to come in. Wants to hang out. I can't wait to bring him to the drive-in. He's going to have a blast.
I think for tonight's features, there's the allure of the obscure film, which is something that we keep trying to do over and over again on this show is just find things that other people haven't watched, and it's usually stuff that either you and I already like.
Yeah,
It's not like we're just
definitely.
digging up.
Yeah, definitely the second one is because I think I talked about before. Like, I love mummy movies, and finding this weird Las Vegas shot mob funded mummy movie was like, yeah, like it's and John Carradine is definitely the second movie. They're like, oh, we can afford John Carradine, and the not going to say too much about it except that his parts are completely inane. Like, he shows up literally for like a scene and a half and drops some exposition on us, and then says good night.
That's it.
That's it. That's all you're getting. You're getting like 10 minutes of Carradine, and but that's enough. That's more than enough for the poster. That's enough for to tell anybody about it. He could have done this. The Corpse Eaters guys didn't get that. Like, he would probably just do one scene. In today's, can you imagine in today's world of online movie making, Carradine would have loved FaceTime movie making, like how people like just record their parts at home and drop them into the movie. That, my God, Carradine.
Oh yeah, think of how many movies he could be in.
Eric Roberts would be in trouble, right? He would be like, "I'm taking over, Eric Roberts."
This could have been a John Carradine double feature that we're doing tonight.
His family should make an.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm giving away a business model there by saying that, but
or they
also
could just recycle
self-aware
footage from the Boogeyman.
Oh yeah, exactly. I've heard people say, like Chris Jericho, the wrestler, said like those are the movies his friends wouldn't rent if they had Carradine in them. He knew they'd be bad, and I disagree with this conceit. That's blasphemy.
He never saw The Howling.
Yeah, right. He's great in The Howling. Oh,
some people think that's a bad movie.
Really?
I don't like those people.
I don't ever want to meet those people.
The Howling is a bad movie.
Yeah, I don't ever want to meet those people.
There's probably a bunch of them in the chat right now.
You know what? Don't talk to me about it at the drive-in. Don't. Just don't.
I don't care if you hate The Howling. I love it so much, and I think it's so good that I really honestly don't understand why anybody would call it a bad movie.
I was thinking about bad movies today because I went to Gross Fest today. You know, the
yes. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, man, it was awesome. There were about 25 or 30 vendors, a lot of filmmakers. Basically, every table was somebody that's made a movie, and when you walk from table to table, you would get a really good spiel. They would tell you about their movie, tell you why you should buy it. I love that. It was a lot of ballyhoo and a lot of but like it's interesting because like the people that were really on the ball would tell you like, "Hey, I'm carried by." Trauma put out my movie, or Wild Eye put out my movie. And for a lot of people, like Trauma is like, I'm not saying me, like cineasts would say, oh, well, Trauma's the bottom. Those are the Z grade movies. There are levels below that. A lot of the people selling movies today are in those levels, but it's like a lot of people that love movies and want to talk to you about their movies. I'll show in the third segment some stuff I got. And like, it was awesome. It was just fun talking to people. But Mark Polonia was there, and Mark Polonia and I talked Amityville 2 and Jess Franco, which you can only imagine subjects that I can easily talk about at length. But to hear Mark Polonia go on for about 10, he told me why he loves Amityville 2, and it's very close to mine. And he said Amityville 1 is like a TV movie, and he wanted more out of it, and Amityville 2 gave him all the sleaze that he wanted, and more so. So I was like, yeah, I completely agree. Also got to ask a lot about hallucinations, which we showed on the show. And he said, I don't really know what that movie's about. It's very much teenage me was bored. He goes, I tried to remake it and it doesn't have the same energy. And he's like, I really like it. He's like, it's weird. He said, how did people feel when you guys showed it? I said, people really liked it. I said, it's, there's a lot you can read into it. He goes, yeah, I don't know all the subtext in it. I don't know what they are. But he said, you know, I really, we had a good time talking films. I got a copy of Saurians too. I mean, come on. I really think, like I told Becca, I said, I think I'm like near the end of my movie of life. Cause like I've met Brett and Mark within like 2 weeks. And then I got Mexican food for lunch. I'm like, things are really good. She's making hot dogs tonight. Like, things are really good. Like, this is where someone's about to drop the other shoe on me and
Hot
say, hey,
dogs.
this is yeah, that if you want to make me happy, it's like, hey, we're having hot dogs for dinner. I'm easy to
God, Mark
please.
makes hot dogs all the time. That's his go-to
Oh my
thing.
God,
Only he does
you're
like
a lucky man.
hot dogs in a crescent roll. He'll be like, "I'm making dinner tonight.
Oh,
What are we having? Hot dogs in
look,
a
I don't, I'm
crescent."
not going to say I want to steal your husband, but this is a good
You can
argument
borrow them.
for.
Come over and
Yeah, I mean, hot
he'll
dog.
make some.
Oh my God. Well, that's what Amy makes every year. You know, like when everybody makes the New Year stuff, Amy's contribution is she makes the mini weenies and the crescent rolls, and I'm like, oh, that's wonderful.
Mini. These are
Yeah,
full size,
she
baby.
makes like no, she makes, as they call them, the technical term, little smokies.
Oh, okay.
I love that somebody like me was sitting in a room like, what are we going to call these little hot dogs? I'm like, what if we called them little smokies, LIL smokies? And I'm like, oh, that's a great name. And people were like, it had to go through, knowing what I know about marketing in America, thousands of people, right? You know what I mean? Like they're like, and there was probably a meeting where people argued, and I'm like, I think we should call them Little Tails. No, nobody wants to eat that. Let's call. There were like 10 names up on the board, and people like gave him passionate speeches, and Little Smokies won. This is the secret sauce of that powers corporate America. Anyway, I had a great time.
David said he's seen hallucinations twice on the big screen, which that is kind of insane.
When you live in Austin, you get a lot of a lot of opportunities to watch cool stuff, I think.
Wow. I mean, that's a big idea to get used to. Was it ever even intended to be screened on
I don't think it was intended to be screened by anybody. And then, you know, yeah. But it's great because also in my wife's childhood, Feeders was because Feeders was a big blockbuster hit because they picked it up after Independence Day, and they gave it a great looking. And now it cost 1/100,000th of the budget of Independence Day, maybe even less. Probably what Randy Quaid's food budget was for Independence Day went to making Feeders. And her and her brother used to rent it all the time and talk about it. So I told her, I'm like, I met the guy that made Feeders. She's like, oh my God, you have to tell my brother. So there are Mark Pony movies that got out there into the popular conscience. And yeah, he's just still making movies. He had a table full of stuff. And I said, I bet like in the 5 minutes we've talked, like 8 more of your movies have shown up on Tubi. He goes, I'm always making movies. Keep doing it. Like, I love it. Like, cause I watch all of them. Like every time I see a new one that's on there, I'm like, yeah. And like, you know what? They're like tonight's movies. They're like an hour and 10 minutes. They're not going to take too much of your time. And like, you know, I heard another filmmaker.
James Cameron length.
I heard another filmmaker today tell me about his garage, the things that his garage has been in movies. It has been a dungeon. It has been a concert hall. It has been, he goes, yeah, it's not a big garage. He's like, it was a labyrinth of terrors in one movie. I said, how did you do that? He goes, well, moved the camera a lot.
Yeah.
But I love that
That's
idea.
How they did it in Silent Scream.
Yeah.
You know,
he's like,
that cobweb staircase that she goes up at the end. That's just one piece of staircase. And they used it over and over again and dressed it different each time with cobwebs.
He said, well, I think that's boring. I've shot all this stuff in the same place. And I'm like, honestly, like, I know this is on a much bigger scale, but like Shaw Brothers shot all in the same, they had their Shaw sets that were, if you watch more than 20 Shaw Brothers movies, you will see the same sets in them. But it's comforting to me, right? It's like
I notice that on Wonder Woman all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
There's this one set that they always use, and like it's like usually a dungeon, not a dungeon, but like an underground laboratory because the entrance is at the top, and there's like a walkway that you go across, and then stairs you go down, which is great for when she has to do like a Wonder Woman leap from that crosswalk. I do love seeing the same sets. So like the Brady Bunch house appearing in Bug is a huge moment for me. Did you say you've never seen that film?
I haven't seen it yet. And that's another one I've been holding off on watching because like I need it at some point in my life.
Oh yeah, Bug is that's the stuff right there. The baby
I
is
watched.
drugs, Bugs is the stuff.
Uh, I watched. It's up on the site now. I think I got the Bewitched box set, and I watched that. And there's a lot of like Bewitched things that get reused on other shows.
I
And
loved her house.
oh my god, yeah, I
Her
love
house
that show.
and go ahead.
Good.
Jeannie's house too. I love.
I think Bewitched is so. This is a theory that I expounded on a bit in the review. Bewitched is like the reverse side of the coin of Genie, where Genie's constantly like Master is in charge of her life and like putting her down, and like Samantha is in charge, like no matter what. Like even though her husband's an idiot, I hate the fact that he's like, "Hey, no magic." Like no, like she like let's but I've read a couple interviews with people. I'm like, well, we were trying to depict a mixed marriage in the '60s, and that's what like let's not read too much into it. But yeah, it is like of a magician and non-magic. So her mom definitely doesn't like Darren at all. Um, it's really
He wasn't.
something.
Darren was not a deep thinker because he would have realized it didn't matter what he said to Samantha about her magic or not. All she has to. She's a
Yeah,
witch. All she has to do is just make you forget about it. You're lucky you can even remember who she is the next day. It's only because she
yeah.
hasn't messed with your mind.
The box set I saw, so how's it in Blu-ray? It looks great. Also, there are commentaries on a lot of the episodes, and there's a whole book in there that talks about like characters in the show and actors, how they started there and moved. Also, it's astounding that like the first day of rehearsals for Bewitched was on the day Kennedy was killed, and so they had to stop the rehearsals, and then like the show ended in like 71 or 72. So it's like that 9 years of history that of the whole life of the show is incredible, because like what a tumultuous time. And Bewitched like goes through all of it. Also, there's whole episodes like there's the Salem episodes near the end of the show, which are crazy. Again, there's two different dicks playing the husband, and also like when going into knowing the Dick York episodes where his back is bad and he's on painkillers, they built like special furniture to hold him up, and people would walk him through the scenes and like were there for him to lean on. You can definitely see it as you watch the later episodes. So hearing the commentaries bring it out is pretty wild. So yeah, it's a cool set. It will knock your shelf down. It's like 22 discs. It's a very does anyone need 22 discs of yeah, you do. A Bewitched, I would
Well,
argue.
I didn't realize that Bewitched ran so much longer than Genie. It
Yeah,
had to.
they had a deal. It was in the top. It was the number 2 show behind Bonanza the first season, and it was for the first 5 years always in the top 10. So ABC like said, well, we want to have the show for another 5 years, um, and then Elizabeth Montgomery just didn't want to do it, and they're like, look, you can own the show. You and your husband can own the show. And she was like, no. And they finally, it was one of those things where you keep giving people enough that, and so they were like, we want to make like a couple million a year. And ABC was like, sure. And she was like, okay, I guess I'm doing the show. So like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's why it lasted so long. And like, and also like there's weird stuff in it. Cause he couldn't be in it where suddenly like her cousin's in it, who's also Elizabeth Montgomery, but she played her under another name. And like they got fan mail just for the other actress, people either playing into it or not knowing. Um, yeah, and Elizabeth and Archer broke up the last season, so that's really why it ended, because she just didn't want to do it with him anymore. Um, but that's how the Paul Lynde show got picked up, because he kept the contract, and they used the Paul Lynde show the season it ran was in the same house as Bewitched. They used the same house, a lot of the same cast. Um, Pretty amazing. So yeah, the box set is just filled with really cool stuff. And I saw Vince brought up Legend of Lizzie Borden. The thing I'm most excited about today is I don't know if you've know this or not, but I don't know if I sent it to you or not. Keanu Lorber's been putting out all the Dan Curtis TV movies. There's a classic Monsters Dan Curtis set coming out with his Dracula and his like the 3 that he did of the classic ones that are kind of shot on video. They're shot on that like broadcast video quality, and I'm super excited about them. So, anyways, I see an ad up. That's my plug for Bewitched. Bewitched is the opposite though of like
Yeah.
I feel bad for Jeannie and I never feel bad for Samantha. I feel Samantha's in control, even though her family's crazy. She knows what's up, right? And
we
she
we should
is.
move on to talking
Yeah, let's
about
move on. Mm-hmm.
something other than that. Children shouldn't play with dead things.
Yeah, a movie
I
that
brought
is.
this up
Yeah,
because
please.
there are no ads for corpse eaters. It's just like they're not out there
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know if we mentioned. Yeah, we did mention the producer made it to show at his drive-in, the 69 drive-in,
Mm-hmm.
truthfully, in Sudbury, Ontario, I think is where Sudbury
Mm-hmm.
is. Anyway, it was sort of like his own movie that he made. It only played in Sudbury, which I don't know. IMDb says that it was a long local run. I don't know about that. Like, what is a long local run? I'd like to think that he screened that 35 millimeter print over and over again at the 69 drive-in, and that's all they showed. But well, whatever. It was just sort of like only there, and I couldn't find any newspaper ads for it there. They're just not in
Wow.
existence. So I was really bummed out. What ended up happening with the movie after the producer let it go, somebody wanted to buy it. He was looking to distribute it outside of the Sudbury area, and the guy who bought it was a New York distributor, but he just wanted it for a tax write-off, and he
Mm-hmm.
just shelved it basically to show a loss. So the movie just sort of like froze in limbo there because it was someone's right to distribute that, but he chose not to. And
And
that's what this movie fell victim to.
Brett talks about that in Texas Schlock. I think it was Larry Buchanan made a movie and turned it in, and the producer like threw it in a lake, and he was like, "Thanks." He was like, "Why did you do that?" And he's like, "It was a tax write off." And he's like, "Well, you could have maybe not thrown the movie away that I spent all this time on." And he's like, "You did your job." I was like, "Wow." Uh, money
What?
people
Why didn't you
maybe.
tell him that? He could have just done any old, made some home movies and turned it in.
That's what he said. He's like, I hired people to be in this. Like I wrote a script, I did stuff, and that's how it ended.
That
Which is
sucks.
it's, but also Canada is also the land of Canadian tax write-off movies. We wouldn't have Terror Train or so many movies that
True.
got made there, and sometimes it turns out to be a good thing. Tax write-offs. Oh my god! Can you you know which one of these I'm most excited about?
Of course. You'd be
Yeah.
there late for Lady
Oh my
Frankenstein.
god! Right? Oh, god. Lady Frankenstein's astounding because that movie is dirty, and like
It is.
it doesn't say like, oh, Lady Frankenstein. Whatever. It's like there's a lot going on in Lady Frankenstein. Like it's got a lot. But with children, it's wild too. Like that's pretty crazy.
Well, obviously, the Corpse Eaters came after Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. So,
Yeah.
and it is the clear inspiration
Mhm.
for Corpse Eaters. It's extremely similar,
Yeah.
although there's a lot of padding in Corpse Eaters that
Yeah.
didn't really exist in Children.
Is
Some
Children
people
one of
would,
your top movies, would you think?
yeah, absolutely.
I was gonna say it feels like I would say it's a top 10 for you.
Children, in all fairness, it is kind of padded. I mean, there's
Yeah.
actual dialogue happening, but it's very slowly paced for the first like 45, 50 minutes of it. And then once the zombie stuff starts happening, you get a good solid half an hour of action.
It's a hangout though. There's some
Mm-hmm.
that's what I like about it.
Yeah. And it's believe it or not, Bob Clark's Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things was a low budget film, but it's way better looking than the Corpse Eaters,
Oh yeah.
which looks like it was shot with a Coke bottle over the lens or something.
I thought that when I was watching this, I'm like, certainly this isn't the film. Yeah, it is.
That's the film. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the film.
it is. So these are all. This is a collection of our favorite
Oh,
zombie movies, and Children was probably the first example of George Romero zombies that appeared
yeah.
after Night of the Living Dead. I can't think of any other films that came before this, in
No.
between Night and this.
The only other one I can think of is Don't Open the Window. But that's is that
That That came later. That was
Later, yeah.
74.
Yeah, then you're right.
Children was 72,
Yeah.
which puts it, way in front of everybody else. Well, the first ripoff of I wouldn't even really call it a ripoff. I mean, everybody who
Influence.
does a zombie movie is being a cannibal zombie movie, I should say.
Yeah.
Of course, there
It's
were
like
other zombie movies, but this was like the Romero style zombies. That's what I meant.
yeah. It's funny because the things that a lot of people think of Romero zombies, like the brain eating and stuff, comes from Return of the Living Dead. Do you know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
where, but it's like it's fine. They're Night is kind of because zombies up until then, I often think of like White Zombie or I Walked with the Zombie, where they're Haitian zombies or like voodoo based zombies. Not
Mhm.
they're all dead and messed up. Radiation, Jupiter probe, whatever it could be, zombies.
Romero didn't even call them zombies. He called them
No.
ghouls,
Ghouls.
which is a better way to describe what they are. They're just, they happen to be reanimated corpses.
Yeah.
Anyway, Children was first, and this one, oh, not that one. That's the last one. Oh, these are all messed up. Here's the one that came next. Malatesta's Carnival of Blood, which the zombies are a small portion of it. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure that they're actually dead. I think they're actually living people that just behave like zombies, and they are cannibalistic.
Yeah.
So take your pick.
This is another big favorite of yours. This is one I know you talk about a lot. Yeah.
There are not many movies like Malatesta's Carnival of Blood. It's just so imaginative and on a shoestring budget. It's amazing. I just love that something like this exists. Corpse Eaters I like, but let's be honest, like the best thing about tonight's first feature is the makeup effects, which are pretty stunning, I must admit. But Malatesta's Carnival of Blood, on the other hand, did not have a lot of convincing special effects, but it did have imagination to burn. It's just amazing.
Is the Blood Feast, or is this something retitled?
Oh, well, at first I thought it was The Red Queen Kills 7 Times, which that was the American title of that movie. But there's the little blurb about Connie Mason below. So it's the H.
Yeah, okay, so that definitely is it. Also, that's a weird title for Red Queen, which is not that funny of a movie, but it's fine.
Is it
the
like
Red
Cult
Queen
of the
Kills 7
Damned?
Times? Yeah, exactly. Red Queen's a great title for a movie. I guess maybe it just was one of those 2 Italian titles to live.
The Red Queen Kills 7 Times. It's I mean, in America though, I don't think
I know.
it would play very well under that title.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't.
They're
seem
Coming
like
to Get You is a better title too. I can admit it.
For All the Colors of the Dark.
Like All the Colors of the Dark's a great title, but They're Coming to Get You for a drive-in title. You're cool. Like cool.
My favorite zombie movie is, probably George Romero's Zombies.
Yeah. AKA. Oh wow.
I love zombies, don't you?
I love zombies.
It was
that's what we all call it
here.
Yeah, I went past Monroeville Mall today and said that's where they made zombies. I told Becca. She said, "Oh, okay."
Zombies is like the number one zombie movie to me. I think it's probably the pinnacle of the zombie genre.
Yeah,
because it came early, so it was still a new type of thing. I mean, he had done it before, but not just you know what I'm trying to say here. It was definitely next level.
Night is it's the first. I've heard Joe Bob say it, the first modern horror movie, and like Dawn is like, yes, it's a sequel to Night, and it could very well have been a cash-in, but it's a reinvention and a better movie. I think Dawn's my favorite zombie movie. It's near perfect, and it's just like everything after. Like Italy owed him, every country owed him some level of royalties for Dawn, because every zombie movie that came after is every zombie movie.
You mean zombies?
Zombies, yes. Sorry, not Dawn of the Living, Dawn of the Dead, zombies. Um, but in the same way that, like you said, movies came in the wake of Night of the Living Dead, a ton more came. I mean, gosh, Walking Dead
Yeah.
owes its entire existence to George Romero.
I was just thinking about that too. And the best zombie movies always show society at the beginning of the crisis,
Yeah,
because that's what The Walking Dead taught me, is that afterwards you don't even want to know. So just don't even
Shaun
think about.
Shaun of the Dead gets that right because there's the whole thing where we see the world. It's the same, him going to work pre-zombies, and then like the kid kicks the soccer ball at him and all that stuff, and then post-zombies you see there's like an undead kid holding the soccer ball, and it's all just kind of like it gets it right. Do you know what I mean? And that's what's so great about, beyond how funny that movie is, it also works as a horror movie too.
And of course, The Brood, just genius.
Oh yeah, what a lucky folks that got to see this double feature.
Oh, The Brood and Zombies, that is a class A double feature.
How I love the BR and D and the E and the Brood type that it's playing with the other type. Gorgeous. Look at that.
With those egg-shaped
Lovely.
O's.
Also,
Samantha
this is like
Eggers
a double night of auteurs. You're like, oh, right?
That's true. Well, I don't know. Was Romero an auteur? Yeah. I mean,
no, but like, I guess like both he and Cronenberg are filmmakers that were big enough to put their name in front of their movies, which is rare.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I'm not taking anything away from him. I just
no.
I don't really think of him as an auteur like Brian De Palma or
Yeah.
He was sort of like more maverick than those guys.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I like Totenham Studio. Feels like a place you're going to meet a mummy, and the names of places this is playing. Oh, the mummies are out at Totenham again.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
We saw that one. Here's the other one.
Oh, God. Wow.
Yeah, these are. Could it be? Does it get any better than this? I'm not sure.
No.
I mean, The Brood and Zombies was one thing, but Zombie and the Children. Something.
I would pick this of the double features you've shown. This is the one I would go to if like I had to pick, because this is wild, and the Children is. I know there's people are going to disagree, but the Children's good.
Oh, David Gregory is ordering dinner and drinks. Well, tonight's first cocktail contains pineapple juice, cranberry juice, and Malibu.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything, Sam?
No, that's a very easy one. And the second drink has a little more. The rummy mummy for the second drink.
The rummy mummy.
That's what it's called. The rummy mummy.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's cute.
I like the Children logo here, but I like the Children logo with the chicken. I still sometimes when I'm like cutting the grass, I'm like, why does the Children logo have a chicken? These are the chicken leg. It just these are the random things that hit me. Like, what a weird logo, but wonderful.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is this drive-in in Hawaii,
or
is this the Waikiki Hilo, or is this a Hawaiian themed drive-in?
No, this is from Honolulu.
Man, can you imagine? All right, being in Hawaii, like you're in paradise, and you're like, let's go see Zombie and the Children. Right?
It's Zombie is kind of a tropical film.
Oh my God, Matul. Let's go to Matul. The boat is ready to.
What about your Matul, the island?
Yeah,
it's on my list of favorite tiki movies. Zombie, Brides of Blood, Zombie, I Eat Your Skin, etc.
Yeah. These are Zombies, definitely. The Children is technically kind of, sort of, like they're not dead, but they're definitely like roaming creatures. How do you
Well,
kill
they're
them?
dead-ish.
Yeah. I love the fact that they're like, as they brainstormed the children, like, how do you kill them? You cut their hands off. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
That'll work.
Yeah, I'm good with it. But zombies, like I think what's great is like, yes, zombie doesn't have the plot, the political motivations of Dawn, but it takes like all the gruesomeness of Dawn and just amplifies it, and goes back to the origins of zombie movies. The I Walk with a Zombie movie, they're like Haitian voodoo zombies in this, and they're just, and it's super downery. It's got a great ending scene. It's, man, I love zombies so much. Like, I think it's like probably my number two behind zombies. It would be number two. Would be this.
Yeah, I have to agree. It's way up there. I don't know. I don't like to rank movies really.
No, I don't either. I like, if I had like by top 10, I'd say if I picked like 10 zombie movies that I would pick, definitely Dawn and Zombie are in it, and Children, and the Children.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
love
put
that.
together.
I loved what you said about zombie being a combination of the Romero-esque zombies and the voodoo zombies.
Yeah.
I always forget that about zombie. It's
Also,
so
like you said to me once, and it's always stuck with me, zombies just gross. Like the scene where the zombies are eating people, like it is unafraid to be disgusting. Like it's hard to watch in the best of ways. It just has a lot of, also, like there's the scene where the one zombie sits up while covered with the sheet that is an outright ripoff of the same shot in Dawn when they're in the basement of the tenement. And it
oh
doesn't
yeah.
matter because it works within the context of both movies. Like, I don't know, it's perfect.
I was really offended by it the first time I saw it, not because it was gross,
Yeah.
but because I just didn't like it the first time I saw it. But I loved the
Oh, wow.
gore. But
Yeah.
I remember reading the Forey Ackerman write up about it in Famous Monsters, and Forey had a way of writing about things that made them seem bigger than they really were.
Oh yeah, he's a hype man.
That absolutely. Yeah, and he used to do that in the magazine. Like he would just reveal the entire plot of the film, and he did that for Zombie. I remember that it ended with them being Ian McCulloch and Tisa Farrow. God, I almost forgot her name. Being like the last two people. Oh, Al Cliver was a zombie though.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie. And they were the last two people left alive on Earth, which is what Forey said. On
that's not
Earth.
true, though. Yeah, that's not true.
No, of course it's not true. But
no,
you know how it is when you're a hype man.
Oh yeah, he's like this. This is the how I remember it. Also, like he wasn't taking the notes in the theater. You know, he was like, "I'll write about it the next day or two." And like, that's how I remember.
Oh, I just assumed he was reading from a press release or something.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he had seen it. It was before it was out in the States, though.
Yeah.
Do you think he got to see all the good shit, Forey Ackerman?
Oh, I think people brought it to him hoping he'd write about it.
No, I mean before it happened. Did he get invited to private screenings?
Oh yeah. They would take him. He would go to the film market, and they would take him into a tent and say, "Let me show you something crazy. Little Italian movie. We're thinking about calling it Zombie. Only one I know. Zombie 2. Yeah.
It's basically a documentary about voodoo.
Yeah. I love it. The balls of Zombie, though, are really in the New York no permit, beautiful shots on that bridge. And it's like, yeah, we just went early in the morning and shot. We had a whole bunch of people in costumes walking across the bridge and filmed them. Like, that's insane. Only Italian filmmakers or low budget filmmakers try stuff like that. And I love that. Robert, that's a great joke, by the way, of Heidi Saha. Like, that's do you know about Heidi Saha, Bill, from the Famous Monsters? Oh my gosh! So this was this girl that was like 14 that they used to always hype up in the Warren magazine. She had her own Warren magazine of her dressed in different costumes and going to conventions. And there was like a big stink where she won a Vampirella costume contest, and she was like definitely like newly in puberty compared to like the normal girls that won. But the book that they did of her, it's very creepy. And today it was creepy then, it's creepier now. And like, but it's worth a lot of money because why would Warren put out a book about this like 15-year-old girl?
I do remember this now that you brought this up.
It's very
the name of Forey Ackerman.
Well, see, I didn't read Famous Monsters as a kid, so his name never got solid for me. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like a shock to me when I found out this stuff. But Asimov,
he was deity to me.
Turns out, turns out old guys like young girls. This is any scandal, and I'm not brushing these scandals under the carpet, but anytime you hear this, guys are kind of scamming me. Of course,
it's true.
Yeah.
Well, some guys anyway.
Some guys. Yeah. But anyway, but if we didn't have Forrest Ackerman, he's championed a lot of movies. I saw Robert say he championed Friday the 13th, The Orphan, which we showed on the show. Tonight's movie is a Friday the 13th movie, Bill. The first movie happens on Friday the 13th.
That's right. I think so. Yeah, there's something. Yeah. Well, because this is a satanic ritual zombie movie. So, it has to have some sort of evil connotation. So Friday the 13th may have helped their zombie thing work.
Pre-Friday the 13th. It wasn't until... Yes, Friday the 13th was the thing before Friday the 13th.
Believe it or not. Let's get to the drink segment, shall we? Let's happen right after this commercial break.
Don't give me that so soda, that same old cola. I wanna rock and roll. I wanna taste this ass, all the great taste Shasta has.
Shasta makes diet pop with more flavors, more jazz, more taste pizzazz.
I'm here, Madge. Oh, I was just reading about you.
Oh, Madge, what should I do?
Well, do everything, but start with Palmolive dishwashing liquid. You know, it softens your hands while you do the dishes. You're soaking in it.
In dishwashing liquid?
It's Palmolive.
Mild?
No, more than just mild. Makes long-lasting suds. And remember, Palmolive softens your hands while you do the dishes.
Madge, Palmolive really rings the bell.
It's for you, Palmolive.
Yeah. The very first time I ate Equal, it's such a personal thing. I put it in my cereal, I put it in my iced tea, I put it on half a grapefruit. I think that people don't realize how much sugar they eat. You're more concerned about what you put in your car than what you put in your body. There's sugar, there's the pink stuff, and there's Equal. You have those three choices.
Only Equal has 100% NutraSweet. No sugar, no saccharin.
When I sit down to make a choice, I choose Equal.
And their eyes wide open,
everybody, the corpse drinkers. It's tonight's drink. What do we got? 1.5 ounces of Malibu, 1.5 ounces of pineapple juice, 2 ounces of cranberry juice. You pour them in this order. You don't do anything else. Pretty simple. That's gonna make a zombie. I don't have any flanum, whatever that is.
Any what?
Flanum.
Who knows?
It goes with pap.
Pap.
All right, so we put in, you do them in this order. You do the rum first, the pineapple next, and finally the cranberry. Don't even have to stir it, so they say.
There's a technical mistake with this video, so I'm gonna air the original. Sorry, guys.
Hey everybody, the corpse drinkers. It's tonight's drink. What do we got? 1.5 ounces of Malibu, 1.5 ounces of pineapple juice, 2 ounces of cranberry juice. You pour them in this order. You don't do anything else. Pretty simple. That's gonna make a zombie. I don't have any flanum, whatever that is.
Any what?
Flanum.
Who knows?
It goes with pap.
Pap.
All right, so we put in, you do them in this order. You do the rum first, the pineapple next, and finally the cranberry. Don't even have to stir it, so they say. Look how beautiful. Some corpse eating fun. Well, here we go, Pazuzu. Please enjoy. Please enjoy this movie. You might need 20 of these to get through this movie. I advise dropping acid right now, too, before it starts. You're going to freak out. It's only an hour. All right, Pazuzu. That is nice. That is a sweet summer taste. Take it into the pool, swim around with it. Enjoy the movie. Aw.
Pazuzu.
There he is. That little wacky scamp.
Sorry about that video. I was using a screen and I didn't erase the blue in that part. I don't know why.
I'm not upset. That's fine. Switching cameras. There we go. Oh, the right camera's on.
I lost you twice tonight, and
enjoy the drink.
Thankfully, it was off camera.
What I was doing is sometimes like I get pauses during the commercials, so I was just reloading during the commercials because I'll be off. Like one of them will run like 10 seconds over because it does that buffering. So I was still here in spirit, at least.
I felt your spirit.
Oh. Speaking of zombies, I'll do a sneak preview of one of the cool things I got at the show. I got this little Tarman doll.
Ooh, look at that.
He was 3D printed, and he came with, I said, does it come with the barrel? And the young kid that sold to me said, well, I mean, he's not Tarman if he doesn't have a barrel. So yeah, he's got a little. The other thing he had, I don't know why I didn't buy it, it was a slasher movie 3D printed Mount Rushmore of Leatherface, Jason, Michael Myers, and Freddy. And I was like, that's really cool. And it was only $20. I don't know, what was I thinking? But anyway, I got the Tarman and I was happy. It looked good on the shelf. He's like just chilling out. He's like, I'm just going to go over the falls in this barrel. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool though. I love Tarman. I think he's great. He's like I know he's supposed to be scary, but is he that scary?
I demand a more elaborate 3D printed toy. The next time, make a lid for it that's glass.
Yeah.
And there's a button you push on the barrel, and when you pull the lid off, all this gas comes out.
Yeah, and it makes you sick.
Well, you don't have to do that. Please don't make it actually hurt people. Just,
Yeah.
Or go ahead. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I was excited. I saw these 3D printed things. I'm like, man, it literally was like me going into like table by table. Like, what can I buy here? Exciting times. Is anyone seen the corpse?
Yeah, let us know if you've seen the corpse. I know Vince has a million times.
Yeah.
By the way, did you recognize the Shasta commercial?
No, I saw it. Yeah, I love that commercial.
Do you know who that is that's singing?
Mm-mm.
It's Al Jorgensen.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, you told me about that. Wow. I have exciting.
He recorded a couple jingles for Shasta. I don't know if he did anything else. But it's like
exciting.
with Sympathy era Ministry.
You know, that's my favorite Ministry.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Is it? Is it really?
It is. It's. I think it is. I hated it when I was younger because I like the, symbols and thieves.
The metal
era
stuff.
Ministry. Yeah, but then as I've gotten older, I'm like, yeah. So I like it. I had soda news for you today, or pop, as my wife says pop, so I always say it like that. I saw Slice in the store today. There's a new Slice. It's a fancy Slice, and they sell it at Target. And it was in flavors like pink grapefruit and stuff.
I
Yeah,
passed
so,
on a Slice commercial that I was going to add to our reels tonight. Maybe I should have done it.
Its time is back, but because Starry took over from Slice, and now Slice is back. People have demanded it. Pretty exciting. Always staying up on the pop world here on the DIDF. Yeah, I'm excited to see this as someone that hasn't seen it, and excited to see it is a piece of Connexploitation, as it folks said, history. I can't imagine like if your neighborhood drive-in made its own movie and it played there all the time. Like that's pretty awesome.
A piece of Connexploitation. That's probably what a lot of people called it. Only maybe not Connexploitation. It's such a low budget movie. It's hard to try and judge it the way you would judge something else. Even Children has a better budget than this. But
that's what I love though. Like there's always something that's like lower budget or weirder or different. That's what I've learned about movies in the last couple of years, right? And I think that's cool. Like here's something different for you.
This definitely has a vibe. This has a very doom metal vibe. I'm surprised that you didn't know this movie already.
Oh, you're speaking my language. I mean, I like stuff that just floats around and sits there. So this is definitely it. Speaking of a movie that doesn't, though, Bill, this is a third segment thing to say, but you know how I always say like I hold on movies and don't watch them. Don't ask me how. I'd never seen Coffee before, and I watched Coffee last night. Holy shit, that movie's awesome! Like,
oh yeah, absolutely,
it's like near perfect. Like it's mean throughout, and Pam Grier's amazing in it. Like it's so good. Like
Coffee's
it earns
my
everything
favorite.
anyone has ever said about it. Like, oh,
I mean, it's my
so
favorite
good.
of all the blaxploitation action films. My favorite Pam Grier film. Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah, she's really great in it, especially the first when she gets that first guy, and she gets him in bed. And she's like, I just need someone to help me. I'll do anything for you. And then he's like, what can I do for you? She's like, you can fucking die.
Yeah, she pulls that.
I was like,
seriously sawed off shotgun out of her macrame purse and just blows his head off. And I love the other guy who's there too, who's like, I don't get this.
he's like, oh, I came here just to like to get my fix.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, and I'm just in the sink making the works. And
he still believes her that she's an addict and she needs a fix. He just doesn't understand that. Well, she lied to you.
Yeah, and he's just like totally like taken by surprise. Yeah, it's great. It's so good. I watched it like 3:30 in the morning too, which I think is the optimal time to watch it. That's the optimal time to watch any movie. Let's be frank.
I just love how she murders people with anything that's lying around. She does not usually have a gun throughout most of the action in the movies. She has like, a broken wine bottle, a hairpin, like something she found lying on the ground. She kills Sid Haig with it, stabs him in the neck over and over again with it.
I love whenever she goes to that one junkie's house to get info. And her lesbian lover comes back home early. She's like, I stepped out so that you could be with the John. And I come back here to Black Girl. She like flips out like, holy shit, that scene's amazing.
She busted in here trying to make me get her out of
God.
here. She's like, come on, bitch. That woman too was like really short. Apparently, I listened to Jack Hill talk about making that movie, and the actress that played her was short, so they shot her from a really low angle to make her look intimidating.
She
It
looks
worked.
super intimidating. So when they cut to her, she has that Canadian tuxedo on, and she looks really tough. And I was like, man, this
It's
whole
like a
scene is great.
Western when that door swings open
Oh,
and she's standing there
yeah.
like, what the hell is going on here?
Jack Hill, speaking of auteurs, Jack Hill is the bottom of the barrel movie auteur where you're like, you don't expect this to be so great in his movies, and at the end of it, you're like, this movie is wonderful. Like
Yeah.
it is entertaining from start to finish, and he did it more than once. He did it like 10 or 15 times. Like
Oh,
it's
Beth
rare.
mentioned my other favorite moment in the movie where she has razor blades in her giant
Oh.
afro, which is
Oh,
just stunning. And poor Linda Haynes, I like her in
yeah.
this movie, and you know, she gets the
I,
worst.
I love the jet set kind of like call girl house where they're all at, and that Asian girl's on the phone and she's like, I'm blonde with big breasts, and,
Yeah.
and she's like, and they're all just like laughing at the guy on the phone. Amazing. And then like she's like, oh, I'm gonna convince this guy I'm Jamaican, and she just like doesn't even really try the Jamaican accent.
I know.
Oh,
And she gets, everyone is like putty in her hands because she's beautiful. So
oh my
she
God,
just
like,
gets her way wherever she goes.
it's like transcendent Pam Grier in that movie. You're like, I can't. Yes, I get that every guy is like, okay, sure. Like that one guy's like, I don't need to see no strung out girls in the car in the beginning, and the guy's like, just come out for 1 second, and he sees it. He's like, okay, I'll just leave my whole club.
Yeah,
That's fine. Like,
get
let's
in.
go. Like, get in. You're driving, junkie.
I know. He lets him get behind the wheel of the car.
That's when decisions stop getting made with the big brain and move to the little brain. You're like, I know this is a bad idea, but I mean, this is
Have you
it.
seen Foxy Brown?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like Foxy Brown a lot. This is better though. I think that
it's very
Coffee's-
similar in plot.
Yeah, but Coffee's just right on. Like I don't know. It hit me just so, you know, sometimes when you just put on something and like, oh, this will be in the background while I write. And then I was like, this is too good. Like I just like sat and watched the whole thing. I was just like, this is.
She commanded your attention.
Yeah, I did the same thing like every other guy in the movie. I'm like, well, what's Coffee doing? And I started watching it. Yeah, pretty good.
So anything else we should say about Corpse Eaters before we get to it? It's about time. So
I'm excited to live in its world.
For 58 minutes. That's all this movie is going to ask of you tonight.
I got 58 minutes to spare, and I'm going to watch it. And hope everybody else enjoys it and come back, and we'll decompress and talk about it.
Decompress. And, the tension that Corpse Eaters will have you under. It's actually hypnotic, so I hope nobody falls asleep while they're watching it.
I like hypnotic movies, though. Like I like movies that take you to a place. That's why Hallucinations. We talked about Hallucinations. There's a lot of moments in that movie where like, this is such a weird world of
Jean Rollin, his films.
Oh my God. The best at it, right? He's the king of it. Just like this doom metal. Those movies are definitely doom metal where it's just like, oh, we're just like on a beach with a pirate ship filled with vampire women, kind of. I don't know. These are the experiences that I look for in movies.
All right, so prepare to be transported to the realm of Sudbury, Ontario for Corpse Eaters, and come back afterwards. We'll have more to say, and I'm sure you will too.